Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and behind me is not one but two of the newest vehicles from the Kia brand, the Kia EV9 fully electric 3-row SUV. Think of it as a Telluride Plus. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a quick tour of that blue one over my shoulder. That's the Performance GT-Line. Stay tuned. All right, gearheads, I want to say a huge thank you to Kia for flying me out here to check this vehicle out for you here on the channel. I saw these when they were unveiled at the New York International Auto Show earlier this year, and it was great just to spend a little more time with them. Coming in close, normally I start all the videos off with what lies under the hood, so that's no different here. This is an electronically released hood, and you can see because it's an electric vehicle, think of it as the Telluride Plus. There is no gasoline engine under here, but there is more storage than you get under the front of any Kia product. Still not really enough for a roller bag, but just nice to know that that is there. Closing the hood of this GT line model, this is in a beautiful ocean blue color, and it's got the digital tiger face on the front of it, the LED light signature that really sets this top trim GT line apart from the land trim that we've also shown you here on the channel. You can see we've got those running lights and that digital kind of grille look up here in the front. Very interesting and unique look, to be sure. Coming around to the side, you can see exactly what I mean when I say Telluride Plus. This very much emulates what an electric Telluride would be. The proportions on it are very similar to the gas-powered Telluride, but with a longer wheelbase, and that'll come in handy when we get inside. It's absolutely a benefit to cargo capacity and people capacity. And coming down here, again, this being the GT line model, we get these very interesting and unique, I guess, 4-spoke wheels. I'm not quite sure how to classify these, wrapped in Hankook tires. These are 285/45 R21-inch Hankook tires, and they are very interesting black wheels here on the GT line version. Speaking of black and black accents, there are painted black wheel arches as well as some underbody cladding or lower body cladding to give this SUV kind of a more upright, rugged appearance, because this does ride on the eGMP platform, a bulked up version of the same eGMP platform that underpins the Kia EV6. There are two battery capacities available, a 76.1 kilowatt hour and this GT line's 99.8 kilowatt hour battery, which in this one with all-wheel drive is targeted to do 0 to 60 runs in about 5 seconds flat, which we recently got out of Lexus's first EV SUV, the RZ450, and it had similar acceleration numbers. I think that is just perfect for what is essentially a family vehicle. It's not too much, but just enough when you're driving in traffic to get out of the way of people. And coming in close, I will show you these door handles do pop out when the vehicle is unlocked. Very Mercedes-like with their S-Class and their EQ line of products. Very interesting, and they pull out like that. There is a digital key system with this one. I'll show you what the real keys look like when we get inside, but you can use your phone as a key or your watch as a key. It also has a key card for keeping with you. Say you want to be active and you just don't trust your smart devices to maintain that much power. I really like all of the angles and lines here on this one, especially in this glossy blue paint. Show all the different design lines on this one. Coming around to the back, the taillights are to mimic an unnamed constellation, very unique, interesting light signature back here. You won't mistake it for anything else. New Kia logo back here on the power opening rear hatch. And you can see, much like the Kia Telluride, we have 3 rows of seats with a little bit of storage back behind the 3rd row. This is a false load floor with a little bit of extra storage underneath. You can see they've got some things down underneath. I do want to call out there are top tethers for both of these seats back here in the 2-person 50-50 split 3rd row seat. It is a power hatch, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a close. Coming around to the interior, Kia had me in mind when they made this one. Between the blue paint and the blue lighting on this interior, which is customizable, there is upper and lower lighting. Think Hyundai Ioniq 6. Can't imagine where they got that idea from, but a very unique look. Before we go too far in, I do want to show you the illuminated door handle here, all your window and mirror controls, heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated front seat, two-person memory, ergo motion seat, and then we've got all our seat controls here from lumbar, seat position, and we also have a recline mode here, or a lounge mode for when you are charging. If you need just to catch a few Z's, to rest a little bit. You won't be resting long because this vehicle is set to charge very quickly. Think 10 to 80% in around 25 minutes, though those numbers have not quite been firmed up because this is riding on Kia's 800 volt architecture, so it will charge very quickly. But you can see that's what that lounge seat looks like when reclined, and then you can put it back in place. The steering wheel even rises up out of the way to give you a more clear lounging position. I'm going to go ahead and put this seat about where I would have it, right there. Well, it's still going on its own, but we're going to hop in and see what it's like here in the front seat of the Kia EV9 GT-Line. The steering wheel is very unique, but very distinguishingly Kia with that Kia logo there. It can be illuminated, all your typical controls here, but we get our drive mode and our four-wheel drive buttons at the base of the steering wheel here. You get nearly 30 inches of screen real estate up front here with dual 12.3-inch screens and some HVAC controls right here. You see there is a driver-only function because you can independently turn on the compressors in this one. It's not a single compressor running all the zones in this one, so you can save energy by just selecting what needs to be charged. The interior lighting on this one is absolutely on point, and now that we are here in the interior, Kia is highlighting 10 sustainable and reusable materials on the inside to make this one of their most eco-friendly vehicles, not only in its tailpipe emissions, in that there are none, but in what goes into building this one as well. So a very unique new car smell in this one, because believe it or not, that new car smell that we all come to love so much, it's actually toxic. It's not harmful, but it's just not great for you either. Another Kia first are these haptic touch buttons that are illuminated. They disappear when they are not needed. Think Nissan Ariya, very nice touch there. We do have a volume roller right here, and you can see we're listening to the sounds of nature, the city at dawn right now, so very nice touch in Kia products right there. Dual zone climate up front here, some additional power down here, including a 12 watt, 180 watt power outlet, cigarette style right there, but USB-C ports right there. Lots of storage for bags, purses, whatever the case may be. Roller shade here, hiding a couple of cup holders, and then you can see the new Kia key. Still keeping that kind of detonator style, much like the Telluride, just a little bit different with some eco-friendly materials on it. So even the keys are eco-friendly, but very familiar to anyone who has a 23 or newer Telluride. Get a few more buttons here: parking sensor, downhill descent control, camera, auto hold, and a fingerprint reader. Again, this is meant to be a very digital-friendly, digital-forward vehicle. So if you don't have these keys on you, you could use digital key and your fingerprint. Coming up here, we have a digital rear view mirror. So if you've got the back full of people or stuff, you can absolutely still see back behind you. Up above you, you have a standard size sunroof right here, but back over the rear passengers, we have a large glass pane here with a roller shade to illuminate the light and back there. Nice two-tone seats here up front, this being the passenger seat. You can actually move it forward, so this is a chauffeur-friendly vehicle. If you've got someone riding back here, they can move this seat out of their way to optimize their comfort. Underneath the center armrest, we do have a Qi wireless charger, so that's very nice right there. Coming around to me, you can see at 5'10", I'm going to go ahead and pull myself up to where I would normally drive in this one. because I've got plenty of room in this one, plenty of headroom. This is a tilt and telescope, power tilt and telescope steering wheel. You saw that earlier. So very comfortable riding position here in this 3-row vehicle. And much like the Ioniq line of products from Genesis, or excuse me, Hyundai, we get a digital drive-by-wire selector here. So you just rotate this and that is your power button right there. And we've got a few more controls up front. I'm going to go ahead and open the door and show you one little call out. I noticed there are plus and minus buttons for pedals down here. So just a fun, a little quirky feature to show you here in this EV. Opening the back doors, you can see just how large they are and how wide they open. I'm going to start here on the door. Texas heat friendly sunshades for the back windows that cover nearly the entire shade. Heated and ventilated second row captain's chairs on this one. They are power operated captain's chairs with an armrest, two-tone just like up front. Coming in, sitting behind myself, plenty of room, hard seat back right here. Slide out center console with some storage here, a couple cup holders here. USB-C power in the backs of the seats up front here that allow for a lot of entertainment option back here. Plenty of headroom in the second row. We do have climate controls up here with roof mounted vents. Absolutely love that. I'm actually going to pull this seat forward a little bit because I do know that the third row is a little tight. So I'm going to set where I am still very comfortable here in the second row. But I do want to show you, there is this button right here that folds the seat back forward. Sorry, not child seat friendly. And then scoots the seat bottom up and forward just a little bit. You can see it kind of rotates upward to make more room for getting into this 50-50 two-person rear seat. Again, the two-tone theme continues back here. I do want to call out the lower latch points for putting a child seat back in here. So not only do we have top tethers on the backside, but we have lower latch points as well. We also get USB power back here and roof mounted vents here, some light controls here. Very good size windows back here in the back, more USB power over here, top tethers on the backs of the front seats, and I'm going to push the button right up here to bring the seat back to where I had it. You can see my feet slide under it very easily, though I can also put my foot out here in the aisle. I do believe this seat is going to come back all the way instead of where I left it, so it is going to crunch me back here just a little bit. But showing you just how much room I had in the second row, you can absolutely negotiate with this second row passenger to make more room here in the third row, because one of the advantages of electric vehicles are their flat load floor and their wheelbase for cargo and people storing abilities. So you can see my knees really aren't up under my chin. I am very comfortable. It is still just like sitting in the other two rows back here. Not an uncomfortable experience whatsoever. All right, gearheads, that about does it for me here with the Kia EV9 GT-Line. Huge thanks to Kia once more for bringing me out to check these out, spend some more time with them. If you want to see some more stuff from us, go find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, Threads, all the things at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. Absolutely hit that subscribe button down below, ring the bell, do whatever you have to do to let the algorithms know to show you more content from us. But as for me, with the Kia Telluride Plus, the EV9 3-row electric vehicle, until next time, gearheads, bye.